Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this webinar, the latest in a series of webinars that the LEAP Client Success team are running. These webinars aim to improve the way that small law firms implement the features of LEAP in the cloud. My name is Holly Taylor, and I am one of the Client Success Managers for our clients in Victoria and Tasmania. Joining me today is Kaylin Moodley, who is one of our Client Success Managers for our clients in New South Wales. In today's webinar, we're going to be looking at how you can utilise the features of the LEAP mobile app to best suit your firm. As with all our educational webinars, this webinar will run for approximately 30 minutes and will be conducted in listen-only mode. Detailed notes about all that we're discussing today can be found in the LEAP community under the LEAP mobile tile, and you can access this information at any time via the blue question mark in the top right-hand corner of all LEAP windows. Feel free to type any questions into the GoToWebinar question feature throughout today's webinar. And although we may not be able to respond to your questions while we're presenting, we will collate all of the questions into a FAQ document which will be sent out with a recording of this webinar. This recording will be made available to you in the coming days, so if you miss anything, you can always go back and re-watch the presentation in your own time. As Client Success Managers, one of the best tools for effective and modern practice that we can recommend is the LEAP mobile app. It's important to note that today we'll be looking at the iPhone and iPad apps only. We do have a LEAP mobile app available for Android, and we're happy to advise that we're expecting a new version of the Android app to be released in the coming months. We will run a webinar on the update shortly after its release. Most LEAP mobile app users access the app from an iPhone, so today we're going to be showing you the features of the mobile app via an iPhone. But because of the larger screen that the iPad can offer, you do often get a better experience. But we do understand that the iPhone offers greater mobility and is therefore the preferred device for many clients. From experience, we've found that the iPad is often used by clients when they're going to court, and we have a lot of our clients that use the iPad to take images of incoming mail that can be saved direct to your matter in LEAP. In today's webinar, we're going to be looking at an overview of the LEAP mobile app, and we'll be working through the functionality that the app offers. We'll be looking at the dictation function of your device. So this is really useful whenever you need to type information, for example, to record comments or to add time entries. We'll also be looking at the camera feature. This is another really great feature that allows you to take copies of your documents or letters and save these directly to your matter. And we'll be looking at how you can time record more efficiently using the LEAP mobile app. So let's just open LEAP and we will bring up our phone. Okay, so there are certain obvious links between LEAP on your desktop and the LEAP mobile app, and this is to ensure that your experience across all devices is familiar. A very important point that we'd like to make is that the LEAP mobile app is essentially a viewing and actioning tool. If you need to add or change data, for instance, if you notice a spelling mistake or if data is missing, you will need to do this on your desktop. The LEAP mobile app is effectively a tool that you can use to access your data file when you're on the go, or you can use it at your desk if you want to use the features to improve your efficiency and accuracy, but it's not to be viewed as a complete replacement for your LEAP desktop program. So for today's webinar, we're going to be showing you both the desktop version, which is shown here on the left, and then here on the right, we can see the mobile app. So we're going to show you these just so that you can see the similarities and also so that you can see how quickly the data moves between the two applications. Let's open the mobile app on our iPhone, enter our password, and once we go in, it takes us to our matter list. Before we look at the matter, it's worth noting that you can change the view here. So you're able to filter the matters by clicking on the filter icon up here in the top right corner of your screen. So if we click once here, we can click to show only current or non-archived matters, And beneath this, under the heading of My Matters, you can click to show only matters that you are working on. So you don't have to show matters that you're not involved with. The first option here, Current, this will show all current matters that your name is attributed to. And then the second option here, Responsible, will show all matters where you are the person responsible. If we look at that, you can see so on there. So if you're the person acting, the credit, or the person assisting. So using the sort icon, so this is next to the filter icon, you're able to change the way that matters are sorted as standard. If we change this here to say the matter status, you'll see that the files are now ordered by the matter status. And we've got a small arrow here next to the matter status, and you can click on this to change that order from ascending to descending. If at any time your matter view doesn't look how you might expect it to, we suggest changing these sort and filter options. Let's now have a look at a matter. If we click in the search field at the top here, you can type in the client name or the file number. And then once we see the file that we're looking for, the matter that we're looking for, let's just click once on that to open it. And you're taken to the details section in the same way that you would if you were working from the desktop version of LEAP. As with your LEAP matter, your client will be at the top of the list here, followed by the matter type, then all other parties, card layouts, and matter information. Any cards or layouts with further information will have a grey arrow, as you can see here on the right. And here you'll see that all the cards and layouts have this grey arrow, except for the matter type. So let's firstly look at our client. If we click once on the client, you'll see that all details that are saved to LEAP are displayed here. Let's take a minute to look at these options, as these will be the same on any card that you view via the app. Next to the phone number, you'll see the phone icon. And if we click on the phone icon, you're given two options. You can call, or you can call and time record. If we choose to call, you'll simply make your call. But if we choose to call and time record, the call will be made in the same way, but when you hang up, a time entry will appear. You'll see here that much of this time entry is automatically filled out for us. So the time that we spent on the call wasn't a very long call, but you do have the option to go through every detail here and make any amendments or add anything to that. But once you're happy with that, just click on Save, and the time entry is added to your matter. Below the phone number, you're able to see any email addresses. This one only has one email address. So if we click on the email address that we're wanting to send our email to, we can start to compose our email. So that there's some useful features that we'll point out here. Firstly, if we click on the to line, the CC line, or the BCC line, you'll see an orange plus appear. Let's click on the orange plus to add our recipients to our email. And the default here will be to show all contacts in your matter. And any contacts with an email address will be shown in bold text. Parties without an email address, such as the other side in this example, will show in grey. Across the top of this screen, you also have the option to search through all cards saved to LEAP, and all contacts saved to your device that you're using can also be searched through on the right. But let's stay with the cards here, and you'll see that any cards again that do have an email address associated are shown in this darker bold text, while any without an email address will be greyed out. Let's return to the option on the left and look at this matter and click on the other side solicitor. You can of course simply type in the email address if you have that, and if the email address is saved to any of these three areas, you'll see the address appear below. Let's put in a subject line for our email. Now in the lower right of this screen there are two icons. We've got a picture and a paperclip, and these allow us to attach items to our email. The picture icon will allow you to attach any photos saved to your device, while the paperclip icon, will allow you to attach any correspondence that's saved to your matter. So when you click on that correspondence, you'll get a preview of that. If this isn't the one that you want to attach, you can use the arrow up there in the top left to return to your matter list, but in this case it is the correct. So we simply just click on the attach at the bottom. You're then given the option to attach your document in its original format or as a PDF. You can then repeat this process if you have multiple attachments that you want to add to the email. So we've added our subject line and now we want to compose our email. Here you can simply use the keyboard to type your email, but unless your email is quite short, this could take you some time. A powerful tool that the iPhone and iPad offer is the dictation function. So just down here to the left of your spacebar, you have a microphone button. And we click once on this and we can start speaking. So I would recommend that you experiment with this feature because there are a few shortcuts available that really make this feature really easy and really useful. And our clients often tell us that this is one of the most useful features of the Leap mobile app. While the dictation function of the mobile app is mostly very accurate, please make sure that you double check all spelling before you hit send. But once we're ready to go, we simply hit on send. Your email is sent and a copy along with any attachments are saved to your correspondence list in both your desktop and mobile app. So we move back in our card, you'll notice the pin icon next to the addresses. If we click on this pin, you'll be taken to the map application on your device and you'll be shown the location of this address. And this is a really useful feature if you're traveling to an address and need directions. Let's use the arrow in the top left-hand corner to return to our matter. Beneath the other side's cards, we have other matter layouts that are not card-based. So let's click once to view these details, and then we can use the arrow in the top right to return to your matter. I'm now going to hand over to Kaylin, who will take us through the next section of today's webinar.
Thanks, Holly. In the same way that your matter on the desktop version of Leap has tabs across the top, so does the mobile app. If I swipe across, you'll see the correspondence list, which you're currently in, the calendar entries and tasks, the financial summary of the matter, the time and fees, the cost recoveries, the office accounting, and the trust funds. At the bottom of most of your screens, you'll notice the bold orange plus sign. This will give you a list of actions that you can make from each screen. All actions are available from the details screen. So let's move back where we are currently and let's click on the orange plus sign. The first option here is new email. This will create a blank email, and in the same way we just demonstrated, simply click on the orange plus icon to input the email address of any contacts on the matter, card saved in Leap, or contacts saved to your device. Or type an email address in if it's not saved into any of these matters, and we'll put a subject heading in that email as well. Attach images or correspondence from your matter using the two icons in the lower right. Enter your text via the keyboard or dictation using the microphone icon to the left of the spacebar. Once you're sure your email is ready to be sent and you're happy with your content, you simply click send and your email is sent and saved to your matter in Leap. If we click on the orange plus icon again, let's look at the second option, Scan Document. This is one of the most used and most loved features of this app and can really revolutionize the way that your office operates, making your flatbed scanner redundant. If we click on Scan Document, the camera will launch as such. This feature will work best if you can put any document that you want to scan on a dark contrasting background so that the edges of the document can be detected automatically. Click on the camera as so to capture the document. Once you've captured the document or image, you can rotate the image using the 90-degree icon at the top of your screen, and you're able to adjust the crop if needing to do so by clicking on the crop icon. Once you're happy with the image, click on Done in the top right of the screen. Repeat this process for each page or each document. Then, once you've captured all your images or all your documents, simply click Save in the bottom right. You will then be prompted to give the document a name, as such. And once you've given the document a name, click on Save, and your image or images are saved directly to your matter. If we look at the desktop version on the left-hand side, you'll see how quickly the image appears on the list of correspondence that we've just saved it to. The next action is the new comment action and the plus sign. This is a handy feature that allows you to dictate file notes direct to your matter in Leap wherever you are. If we click on the new comment icon, we are then presented with a blank file note. Your name will automatically be recorded in the top right corner and the date on the top left. In the same way that you could utilize the dictation features for your iPhone or iPad, click once on the microphone button to the left of the spacebar and dictate your message. You can, of course, type the message using the keyboard should you prefer. Once you've completed your file note, you're able to click on the stamp icon to date and timestamp the message. Once done, click Save. If we go back to our matter in Leap, you will see that the comment will be saved to the matter, and this comment can be viewed immediately by staff in the office using the desktop version of Leap. The next icon we're going to be looking at is the New Folder action. To create a new folder, simply click on the matter list, click on New Folder, type the name you want to call the new folder, and then click Create. Again, looking back at our matter on the desktop version, the new folder appears very, very quickly. From the same action menu, we're able to create new time entries, new time fees, and new cost recoveries. Let's first look at the new time entry. You're able to enter the duration of time entry in hours, minutes, and seconds, or enter the units and minute billing units to calculate the time. You'll notice that much of this has been filled out automatically for you, but you're able to go through all the entries and make any changes should you wish to. You also have access to the same activity codes available through your desktop application. When entering your billing description, again, you have access to both the dictation function and the keyboard. Another useful feature in the time entry screen is the ability to time the action that you are billing using the time icon found in the top right corner next to the Save button. Click once and the timer begins. From here, you can also change the matter that you're in, select an activity code, and even minimize the screen to continue to work on your device. Once you've completed the activity, or if you're interrupted for any reason, click on the Stop button. Then choose to discard, start to restart, or save the time entry. Let's choose Save in this instance. Check that all details have been entered correctly. Then when you're finished, simply click on Save and your time entry is saved to your matter in Leap. The new fee entry works in much the same way. Work through the entries, choose an activity code, or enter your billing description via the keyboard or dictation feature. Once you've entered these, click on Save and the fee is saved into your matter in Leap. And the final action from this screen is New Cost Recovery. Click on New Cost Recovery and enter the relevant details. It may be that you are required to post a letter on behalf of a client before you even left the post office. The cost recovery is saved to your matter and is ready to be billed on the next invoice. I'm sure by now you're seeing that the Leap mobile app is intuitive and very easy to use, especially if you're used to working with an iPhone or an iPad. If we look at the Correspondence tab, the first thing you'll see here is the new court document folder that we've just created. You'll also see the comment or file note that we created early on. From your mobile app, you can add to or make changes to your comments. Simply click once on the comment and make any changes or additions. And use the stamp to date and timestamp your comment. Once you're happy with that, click Save. Remembering that the list we are looking at here is the list of correspondence you see on the right of your screen on your desktop matter. From here, you can open any folders. Let's click once on the Emails folder to go into the folder, and then click on the arrow in the top left to exit out of the folder. Again, you have your orange plus action button, which we will look at in a moment. And you also have your three small dots next to each item. These three dots will give you further options. For instance, next to your folders, you're able to rename the folder, move the folder, or delete the folder. It's worth noting that you can only delete empty folders, so you needn't worry that someone might delete important information accidentally, as you can see. Clicking on the three-dot option next to a comment will allow you to rename the comment, move the comment into a folder within the matter, pin the comment to the top of your correspondence list, make the comment available offline, which will mean you're able to view this comment even when you don't have access to the internet, or you can delete the comment. If you choose to delete the comment, you'll be given a warning, so you can't delete important information with the slip of a finger. So let's just click cancel on this because we don't want to delete that comment. Let's go into the letters to client folder and click on the 3 option menu next to a Word document. You'll see that the options available here are very similar. We encourage you to click on these options while you're in your Leap mobile app to see the different options available to you. So we'll just hit cancel. As with your comments, you can click once on a Word document and PDFs to view these documents. Once opened, you're able to share the document via email. Click once, open, and view. Click on the 3-dot menu, this time in the top right of your screen, then choose your email to email your document in either its original format or in a PDF format. If we click PDF, you'll be presented with an email. Choose your recipients, add any further attachments, and compose your email via the dictation function or using the keyboard. Once you've entered in your subject heading and you're happy with your email, simply click send, and the matter gets sent. Your email, along with any attachments, are then saved to your matter. Next, let's swipe across to the Calendar and Tasks tab, where you're able to view any critical dates and appointments or tasks saved to your matter. Let's now swipe also to the Financial Summary to view the financial details of the matter. As you can see, swipe across to Time and Fees to view any unbilled time and fees. If we move across, on our Time and Fees view, you will notice the filter icon. This icon allows you to filter the transactions that you can view on this screen. Again, we have an orange plus icon where you can enter new time entries or fee entries as we demonstrated earlier. If we swipe across to the Cost Recoveries tab, here you can use the filter icon to change your view or click on the orange plus icon to add a new cost recovery. If we swipe across again to Office Accounting, you're able to view any invoices that have been raised in your matter. And lastly, if we swipe across to Trust Funds, you're able to view all trust activity for this matter. In any of these screens, you're able to refresh the information by simply sliding down on your device to refresh the data. Many clients using the Leap mobile app tell us that one of the greatest benefits of the app is the ability to time record while you're out of the office. You'll notice there is a timer icon in the top right-hand corner of all screens, and this is a quick access button to create time entries quickly and simply from within the app. We have many clients that use the timer function to record their actions while sitting in their office, working on the desktop version of Leap. This is also a great example of how the Leap mobile app and the desktop application work hand in hand. With the latest release of the Leap mobile app, you're now able to edit Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, and PowerPoint presentations. To be able to do this, you must have an Office 365 subscription, you must be logged into your Office 365 account, and you must have the Word app installed on your device. We will show you the process to edit a Word document, but the steps are identical for an Excel spreadsheet and/or a PowerPoint presentation. Let's navigate to the Word document that we wish to amend. Click once on the 3-dot option menu on the far right and select Edit. Microsoft Word will then open, and then you're able to make the necessary changes that you require. Again, you can dictate using the microphone option to the left, on the left of your spacebar, or simply type the changes using your keyboard. Once you're happy with the changes you have made, click on the arrow in a circle icon on the far left at the top of your screen. Any changes will then be reflected in the document, saved to your matter directly into Leap. When visiting clients, the most common question we are asked is around the setup of email addresses. It is important that your email address or your email account is set up correctly, as you're missing out on important functionality when it's not set up. To set up your email address, click once on the 3 bars in the top left of your screen. Under the More heading, you'll see the subheading, Settings. Click once on Settings and then add your email address, select your email provider, and then follow the prompts to successfully set up your email account. We've already set up our account, so it's showing up an existing account. Under the More heading, you can access our help and support as well, where you can visit the Leap community. And here you can read up relevant articles on the iPad and iPhone. And you can also provide feedback to our product management team should you wish to. I'm now going to hand over back to Holly, who will conclude this webinar.
Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you. So the integration between the Leap mobile app and Leap desktop is complex, and we have a team of developers working on innovating and improving this integration at all times. Those that have used the Leap mobile app for some time will appreciate the developments that we've made over the last 12 to 18 months. As soon as a new operating system is released by Apple, our quality assurance team will begin testing, working closely with our developers to ensure the integration works as it should. For these reasons, we encourage you to hold off upgrading to the iOS 11 operating system for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Now, I'm sorry this has taken a little bit longer than we thought, so we actually don't have time for questions today. But I can assure you that we will get back to you, for those that have entered questions, we will get back to you on those, and we will be releasing an FAQ document as well. So we've come to the end of today's webinar. Before we do sign off, we'd like to highlight the Leap mobile tile on the Leap community. So this provides articles. Here you'll be able to find articles on everything that we've discussed today. So if we look there, you can see that tile for the Leap mobile. And as advised, this webinar will be made available on our webinar playlist in the next few days. So these are accessible here on the Leap community under the webinars drop-down box, drop-down arrow, sorry. So that really means that you can go back, you can watch, you can pause, you can show these to people that weren't available to watch today. Just as a reminder also, if you are experiencing any technical difficulties with Leap, please contact our help desk through the community or by sending an email to support@leap.com.au with a description of your issue. For content or knowledge-based help, you are able to access our knowledge articles or turn to the live chat option via the Leap community. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope to see you again for future webinars. Thank you.